you clicked on this video, you probably already watched the first part of this 4-video series about the top 24 heavy metal and hard rock albums of last year. In the last round, 6 good albums were presented. The new albums by Poppy, Dominum, Judas Priest, Knock Loose, Seether, and Kerry. And I feel that the next albums from this second round are even better, so here they are. Welcome back to Metal Planet, I am Max Gray. Number 18. Heriot is often categorized as a metalcore band, but this formation is not your ordinary metalcore group. Devoured by the Mouth of Hell is hard to describe because even though it can mainly be considered a metalcore album, the band members were influenced by many different music genres during the creation of this record. So Devoured by the Mouth of Hell is a mix of metalcore with elements of industrial music, death metal, sludge metal, shoegaze and other metal subgenres. This combination of musical elements from different genres is one of the main characteristics that makes the new Heriot album stand out. Devoured by the Mouth of Hell is actually the formation's very first studio record. For a debut album, the execution here is impressive and it is clear that Heriot is a promising band. Like the new Knock Loose record that is the album number 21 in this top 24, there is a cool interplay in some songs in Devoured by the Mouth of Hell between the higher-pitched main vocals and the lower-sounding backing vocals. Number 17. The Nothing That Is by Fit for an Autopsy is another strong release. In this album you got the brutality of deathcore with some really savage riffs and powerful harsh vocals. You also have some relatively complex song structures that are reminiscent of progressive metal. The guitar riffs and the songs themselves have a distinct tortuous nature that you will notice if you listen to this record. In a few tracks you also have clean and ethereal vocals that are reminiscent of post-metal. The production on the album was handled by Will Putney, one of the 3 guitarists in the band. That musician and producer was described as the Dr. Dre of heavy metal by Ice-T, the frontman of Body Count. You can hear that Putney did a good job production-wise on the Nothing That Is. Like the new Seether album The Surface seems so far, that is the album number 20 in this top 24, the production in the Nothing That Is not too polished and not too raw. A good balance was achieved. Number 16. Eiger is a cool atmospheric black metal concept album about the imposing mountain of the same name located in the Swiss Alps. Since 1935, around 60 people have died while attempting to climb the mountain's snow-covered north face, which is nicknamed the Murder Wall. The songs in the album are inspired by the 1936 attempt of 4 young mountaineers to reach the mountain's peak, but due to treacherous weather conditions they disappeared, probably in an avalanche. The dark and cold sound of the music in Eiger encapsulate perfectly the bad weather conditions and the snowy landscape themes of the record. In addition to the usual tremolo picking and double bass drumming that you usually find in black metal, there are some unexpected acoustic guitar passages in Eiger which contribute to give the album an organic sound. While 2 other black metal albums inspired by mountainous landscapes came out recently, Debemur by Paysage d'Hiver and Sacred Sound of Solitude by Bloodbark, I feel that Eiger is the most powerful of the 3 releases. Number 15. The End of It All is the 10th studio album by Astral. It is without a doubt one of the best records ever released by this Swedish band. There are good musical elements in this album like memorable melodies and good vocals from the singer Niels Patrick Johansson. His operatic singing style is reminiscent of the vocals of the late great singer Ronnie James Dio. The End of It All also features anthemic choruses, interesting guitar solos and keyboard parts that add a spice to the record. You can find all those characteristics in the track Temple of Lies, a standout song from the record. Although The End of It All was released on a relatively small label, it features a good clear-sounding production that makes the record an enjoyable listening experience. The songs' lyrics are varied. They are about different topics like the Vikings, Heaven's Gate and military aircrafts. The lyrics of the song Masters of the Sky are notably told from the perspective of a fighter pilot, which channels a Top Gun vibe. Number 14. This record, Every Bridge Burning, is one of the most, if not the most extreme and chaotic sounding album in this top 24. The songs in this Nails record were written during the COVID lockdown, and the feeling of isolation the leader of the band Todd Jones experienced during this period influenced the composition of this album. You can hear it in the claustrophobic vibe that emanates from the material. The vocals and guitars in Every Bridge Burning have an ultra-aggressive and savage sound. The goal of this band appears to be to do as much musical damage as possible in the shortest amount of time, and this is exactly what you get with the new Nails album. This one has a runtime of a little bit less than 18 minutes and contains a total of 10 tracks, so the majority of the songs last either 1 or 2 minutes, and they are played at a breakneck speed. When you are done listening to this record, it's possible that you are going to want to listen to something softer to give your ears a rest. Number 13, Shadow Reaper is another album that makes me glad I waited till the end of last year to make this top 24 because this record was released in December but really deserves a place in this list. This release is the new album by Nightingales, a really underrated band if you ask me. Although Nightingales is from Germany, the band's compositions have the classic Swedish melodic death metal sound. On Shadow Reaper, a really good balance is achieved between the melodic and the death metal elements. You can hear this good balance in the track Into the Evergrey, a phenomenal song that is a great demonstration of what the band is capable of. While many melodic death metal bands change their sound with time, Nightingale stays true to the classic melodic death metal formula with this one. Shadow Reaper is not an album that reinvents the wheel, but it certainly makes it turn. If you like the older releases by the bands In Flames, Dark Tranquility and At the Gates, there is a high probability that you will like the new Nightingales album. So there it is, the second round of albums in this top 24. We are getting closer to the top 10, top 5 and eventually number 1 album of last year. I can already tell you that there will be many surprises in the next round. If you think that the albums presented today and the ones presented last week are good picks, let me know in the comments down below. And also, if you like that kind of top albums list, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more metal and hard rock related content. Thanks for watching this second part of the series and stay tuned for the third one. It will probably be released next week. Cheers!